Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Well, better late than never for a color and chat, right? I had a request to color out this book. It is Dollhouse Color by Number, and it is by Sachin Sachdeva. This was one of his earliest color by number books, and you can especially tell by the color palette on the back, because it is not one of his standard color palettes. It's a very different color palette, because you can see it starts out with blue and then dark yellow, and we have 3 pastel colors in here: light purple, light pink, and peach. And some of the others are, in his other more standard color palette now. But yeah, it starts out with some very different colors. So I did go ahead and I figured out my colors we're going to be coloring with the Taotree markers. And these are those thinner alcohol markers. I love these things. And I do have the shuttle art ones that are just like these, which also has a skin tone set, so I have both of those. I will link these down below, as well as the coloring book itself, if you'd like to check them out. So yeah, I do have the colors figured out, and they don't match exactly, but they don't have to. So, right. This is such a cute book. I picked out this one to color. I thought it was so adorable. She's sleeping in her adorable bunk beds. Put this over here. Okay. Let me get a blotter page to put back behind. I actually remembered. Let's lay this a little bit flatter. All right. What number shall we start with? Well, why don't we start coloring her and the bed? So, of course, number 5 is peach. And peach I have as 26. Not the best peach in the world, and I maybe will have to change that. 26. Where is our 26? There we go. And I'm going to be coloring with the fine tip for the most part, because even though the chisel is very little, and with the tip of these small markers, you can get into very tiny little areas with that, but you have to turn the marker around to get in the area that you want. I don't like doing that, and that's why chisels and me just don't get along. Whereas the bullet tip, it's round. You don't have to turn it around. Now, these lines are a little bit thinner, so with alcohol markers you do have to be a little bit careful so you don't bleed outside the lines. I'm sure I'm going to anyhow, but that's okay. That is fine. It's not going to be a masterpiece. It's a color by number picture, right? So, how is everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. It is now Tuesday evening, and so I'm not thinking I am going to even get this video up yet anymore tonight. So it's probably going to be Wednesday before you see this. And I will go into why I am first recording now. Oh, it was one heck of a weekend. Let's do her hair, which is 20, and that's black. She's got black hair. First off, we've been having a lot of rain here. Oh, and this is a thicker tip. I must have used it quite a bit. So I'll have to be a little bit more careful with it. Yeah, we've been having a lot of rain this past week. It rained off and on all week long. So, Saturday was an absolutely beautiful day. Completely sunny, warm, but very muggy. We were in the 80s and our heat indexes were around 90, which I know for you guys in the South, that's nothing. For us right now, that was warm. So, I had to mow down the hayfield out front. It was getting really long. So, I had to get that done. And let's do number 6, which is yellow. And now their yellow they showed was kind of a more pale yellow. And then the dark yellow was actually a bright yellow. So with the colors that we have with this set, these are just the colors that I went with. So yeah, had to get out and get the lawn mowed. So I mowed lawn while Bob went around with the weed eater and did all the trimming. And so that took a while. Not that I have a big yard, but this yard is half the size as my other house, but it is about 3 times harder to mow. Just because of all the hills and really steep inclines, and oh my gosh. And then with it being so long and thick in areas, yeah, and it was still wet, but didn't have much of a choice. It was our only time to get the outside work done because Sunday and this pretty much whole week we're supposed to get more rain and storms off and on. As a matter of fact, I was recording some flip-throughs before this video and I had to stop recording because we had a severe thunderstorm come through. Nothing too bad here because we never get thunderstorms good here, you know, no real good thunder boomers. I love thunderstorms, as you can tell. But Heather up north, oh yeah, I looked at the radar up there. Yeah, they got slammed by a big thunderstorm. And it looked like it was long lasting, you know. It wasn't like ours where it was, you know, 10 minutes and it was over. Theirs lasted a while. So I texted her. I haven't heard back from her to see if there was any damage up there by them, because it looked kind of like a doozer. And she came a little early tonight to pick up the kids because she wants to start getting the garden in. Well, I don't think she ended up getting too much of that in. And that's why I really wanted to get some recording done tonight, even though I typically don't like to record during the week after I babysat all day. I know, lazy. A lot of you guys work all day and then you come home and you record at night. I'm just not one that likes to do that. And that is why I do all my recording on the weekends. Yes, it's a lot of work on the weekends to do all that recording, which is the easy part. It's, doing the editing and, as I've said in the past, you know, thumbnails, links, and then the uploading, which now takes forever. So, So we'll see what I get uploaded tonight. I think I am just going to put up one of the flip throughs, you know, a shorter video tonight. And then I'll save the rest for the rest of the week with this color and check going up tomorrow. So, besides having to mow the lawn and getting some things done outside on Saturday, Saturday night was my oldest daughter's 40th birthday party. Yes, my oldest daughter has turned 40. Oh my heavens, do I feel old. Of course, I did have her when I was 8, you know. Yeah. I was only 18, but yeah. Still, yikes. It is making me old. Oh well. So yes, had that Saturday night. And then I was going to record on Sunday. Well, I came down with some kind of a bug. Oh my gosh, I was so sick. I woke up okay. Didn't feel bad in the morning. But then as the day progressed, I was so tired. And, by the time I tried to eat something, and on Sunday it wasn't too bad, but boy, I could not eat anything yesterday. I was just, yeah, it was not good. So that is why I didn't get anything recorded until today. It just, you know, and then I said that thunderstorm came through. I had to quit recording. Oh my gosh, the sun's shining now. Jeez. So it's like, I was not meant to record and get any videos out this week. I don't know. But we're going to get some out anyhow. Dang it. Isn't this a pretty pastel yellow? And it looks so pretty with the pastel purple and pink and the peach. I think I'm going to change, like I said. I'm going to pick a different peach than this here one. It's kind of dark. Not too good of a skin tone. So I have a color palette picked out from 2 mediums. The Taotree and then my Spectrum Noir Illustrator markers. Rather than typing these up and keeping it in my little mini binder that I have all of my other typed up color by number color selections in, I'm just going to keep those within the book because, like I said, the color palette is unique to this book. So, it doesn't pay to type it up. How was everybody's weekend? As busy as mine? Normally, I don't have busy weekends. You know that. Which is great. I don't like busy weekends. Don't mind the mowing. Love the mowing. And if you've been with me any length of time, you know that. This is another thing. I was gonna start recording before, and the lady across the street decided to finally mow her hayfield out front. It was dandelion paradise. They were all white and fluffed out, and they were over a foot long, and just as far as the eye could see. Just tons and tons of these white fluffed out dandelions. And I see she did end up quitting before she even got much of the front lawn mowed. So I'm like, oh yes, I can go start recording then. Because it was so hot and muggy in here. So I opened the windows and yeah, it was too loud in here to record. So I was gonna shut the windows anyhow. Well, then she stopped mowing, so that worked out great. I could leave the windows open. Well, then the storm came through and whoo, did it get windy. So yeah, I had to close all the windows. But with these storms coming through, yeah, it's with a cold front. So yeah, on Sunday or Saturday, we are in the 80s with, like I said, about 90-degree heat index. Guess what it's supposed to be for a high by Thursday? In the 40s for highs. We have frost advisories at night. It's like, oh my God. Low to mid 30s at night. This is ridiculous. Oh, when I say Mother Nature is fickle, my gosh. Horrible. All right, we have 11 for the pillow, and that is magenta. Magenta is, wrong one. Magenta 88. There we go. Bright colored pillow. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, stupid weather. So that's not gonna help. Well, our lawns, our flowers, but more importantly, the farmers. All of this heat and humidity of the past week with the rain and stuff was awesome for the crops, the lawns, everything. I mean, you could almost see stuff growing. Really made the corn in the fields pop up. And yeah, farmers are getting their first crop of hay in already. So that is awesome. Hope we have really good weather for the farmers the rest of the summer, because heaven knows they need the help. We've had so many small farms go under during COVID this past year. So sad. The only ones that make a good living are the huge mega farms. And we have some of them around too, and it's, I don't know, it's kind of like, you know how Walmart kind of monopolizes the grocery store chains and kind of makes some of your little mom and pop grocery stores go out of business. Well, it's kind of what some of these mega farms do too. You know, they have hundreds upon hundreds of cows to milk every day. And yeah, just huge, huge farms. But, oh well. You know, what you gonna do? They're horrible to drive past too. Oh my gosh. Makes your eyes water. Especially if they have a liquid manure pits. Oh my heavens, those are nasty. Nasty, nasty. All right. I know you guys in the city probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Number 9 is pink, and that is 17. Very bright. Number 20 in there. Why is there a 20? Oh, that's part of her hair. Silly Lisa. So, yes, this hot, humid weather was great for the lawns. And guess what? I have grass. Now, if you haven't been with me, if you're a newer subscriber, you're probably like, yippee. I have grass where I planted the grass seed how many weeks ago? And I really didn't think any of it was going to come up. I planted it everywhere down below in that fenced in area. And some of the others, you know, came up quite a while ago. But the stuff in the black dirt was just not coming up. And I just happened to look in there at something else. When was that? Late last week. And this green tinge caught my eye. And I'm like, what? I think I got itty bitty little baby grasses growing. So I had to open the gate, go down and look. Sure enough, I got grass growing. So both where the tree stump was ground out, we put dirt there, and then underneath the swing set, because it was bare dirt there. You know, I'm sure from the kids before us who lived here, you know, dragging their feet and stuff, stopping, which, I don't know. I actually may end up just surrounding that swing set in sand. I don't know. But yeah, even that's coming in. It's kind of patchy right now, but that's kind of par for the course with grass. Unfortunately, by the south fence all along in there, it's not really coming up at all. And that's pretty much just bare dirt. But I did have a closer look today, and there is some coming up here and there. Not a lot, but maybe it's enough to just get it going. And then I do have True Green coming periodically, and they do the weed and feed. So maybe eventually that grass will spread, because one of the types of grasses in the combo grass seed that I bought is a spreading grass. The other one isn't, that's in there. I think it's the Kentucky bluegrass that isn't. Can't remember. One or the other is a spreader and one isn't. And I can't remember what the third one is. But yeah, I was so excited. But now we're supposed to get this flipping cold weather again. Not nice Mother Nature. What's number 12? Purple. Okay, that'll cover up the pink that went over the lines. I'm not the neatest colorist in the world, as you can tell. Okay, we have some 9s up here. And of course, we're not going to get this picture done on camera. There is a lot to these pictures. They're quite a bit more detailed, as you can see, than a lot of his other color by number books. Well, I would say most of his other color by number books. But that's what makes it unique and kind of neat. Let's see. Okay, let's do the 12s. And I know I have, you know, more 9s and 11s around, but we'll just concentrate on one area at a time. Let's finish her hair in here that I forgot. Hope my head ain't in the way. There. Okay. Number 12, like I said, is purple. Purple is 83. 10, red. Okay. Don't you like her pillow she has here? I'm assuming it's a pillow. But she doesn't sleep with her stuffed bunny. So, what else has happened with you guys? I'm trying to think what else has happened around here. Well, let's go on to the subject of Bob. He, unfortunately, is still having some major problems. Yeah. And I know I apologize in my last video for talking about Bob so much, and I had so many comments from you lovely subscribers saying don't worry about talking too much about Bob, that you like hearing about updates on him. So I appreciate that very, very much. But yeah, just had that stent put in last week. Finally put a permanent one in. Yeah, it was only a few days. And yeah, he was still coughing. Not as bad though. But still coughing. But within maybe, oh gosh, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 days, it was starting where he wasn't able to swallow again. Now that's a permanent stent that should not dislodge or go anywhere, which was some of the problem from before. So if they do end up finding that there is another hole in his esophagus, this is going to be one pissed off girlfriend. If you're new to my channel, or if you did not catch my last color and chat, just to sum it up real quickly so that those that do know what happened don't get totally bored. Bob was supposed to be taken by ambulance to a specialty hospital to fix a second hole that was in his esophagus. That hospital required a second chest CT scan, which they insisted then didn't show the hole. But yet when he did the swallow test and the first CT scan, it showed that there was. So go figure. So yeah, if he goes tomorrow morning at 9, they're going to determine what they're going to have to do. He's having an upper endoscopy yet again. I think he's been in there maybe, wow, 13 to 15 times now maybe to have stents put in. He's going to ask tomorrow for a printout of all the times he's been in, and he's going to count them up and see. Light brown is 14. 21. And yes, this is kind of the light brown that they showed on the back cover. It's real, like a deep orange. And so that's what I picked. Because there aren't a lot of browns to choose from that were similar anyhow. So, yeah. But anyhow, yeah, so he goes in tomorrow morning for that upper endoscopy, and depending on what that shows will determine what they're going to have to do. Now, I babysit tomorrow, so I cannot take him in. He has to have a driver because he is put under for the endoscopy. So his brother is taking him in and bringing him back. But if they're ending up having to take that stent out, seeing as how it's a permanent stent, I can imagine that surgery is going to take a little bit longer. And what the heck are they going to put in now? You know, what else is there? Bob's already anticipating that he's just going to end up having to puree his food now for the rest of his life. He's been eating only real soft, mushy type of foods because that's the only stuff that he can swallow and will not get stuck, and he won't have to run to the bathroom vomiting. Sorry, TMI. But that is what he has to do until that food gets unstuck. Happened again on, was it Sunday? I just looked at him with this pitiful look on my face. And he goes, you get used to it. I'm like, oh my God. You shouldn't have to get used to something like that. But like I said, he takes things in stride so much better than I would have. My response would not have been, you get used to it. But believe you me, he is getting very sick and tired of all of this. This has been going on for way, way, way too long. I lost track now. Is it 2 or 3 years? 3. Because I think it'll be August 3 years ago when he had his esophagectomy, I think is what it's called, where they removed his esophagus, and he was down in the specialty hospital for a long time. Much longer than what he wanted to be, of course. And again, he was ready to walk out of there. But his chest tube was putting out too much fluid yet. They couldn't let him go home until that number went down. I said, Bob, there's a reason they're keeping you. They just want more money. I said, no, I don't think so. It's number 8. Oh, darker brown. Okay. We can handle that. So if I bleed out of the line here, it's not that big of a deal. So if she has bright bedding, but at least the bed itself is wood. So we'll at least get the bed colored tonight. Because like I said, I got a bunch of other videos to record yet. Oh, let's do the wood over here. Part of the bread. Good heavens, I can't speak. So yeah, I know I've been asking it a lot lately, but yeah, keep Bob in your thoughts and prayers. Tomorrow morning at 9. Let me tell you. I know I'll sure be thinking of him. I'm sure the little rugrats running around to help me keep my mind off of it. They usually help me keep my mind off of my problems. Let's see, what else has been happening? Oh shoot, I have a line there now. Darn, wasn't thinking. Oh well. This looks like the board ended there, right? Sounds good to me. Yep. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Did I say in my last color and chat that I finally got my ink tints out? Yes, I did. If I did mention it, well, forget that because I'll be repeating it now. But yes, I did. That was my next medium coloring thing that I wanted to get out and work with, because again, my goal for this year is to get out some of my coloring mediums that I have not colored with in ages, and I want to get out a new one, if at all possible, each and every month. So last month I had started working with my Prismacolor pencils, and we are coloring that Johanna Bassford picture on camera. I do appreciate all the awesome comments I am getting on those coloring chats. You guys are just great. So complimentary. So yeah, this month was ink tints, and not exactly sure what's going to be next month. I was thinking pan pastels, but I am now thinking, well, no, I was going to say a watercolor medium, but ink tints was watercolor, water-based, so maybe it will be pan pastels. Because I want to learn how to do skin, or at least like backgrounds, like do the, how is it pronounced, bokeh effect, you know, with the little circles. So, or maybe I can learn both, I don't know, but I really want to learn how to do skin portraits with pan pastels. It goes so much faster than pencils. Although you can do a base layer of pan pastels and then color with pencil over the top. Because pencil over top pan pastel works really nice, from what I have seen. So I am going to watch some more on YouTube videos on this. I had watched some long time ago when I first wanted to start coloring portrait pictures with pan pastels, but yeah, that was so long ago I don't remember what I watched. So I'll kind of have to start over. Just kind of jot down some notes as I go along. It was either that or try another brand of colored pencil. Or I do have pastel pencils. I have the Faber-Castell pastel pencils, and I have only worked with them a couple of times, and that is when I very first got them. And I was watching some YouTube videos on that, using these, it's called pastel pushers. And I know we use them for other things, and it looks like a paintbrush, but instead of a brush on the end, it has this like silicone or rubberized tip. And there's all different sizes, from the very, very teeny and narrow to really large ones. You can use that for the pastels. I've seen Joe Warren who is in Jeff, the Tim Jeff's Facebook group. She kind of runs things for him. She uses those with Neocolor 2s and pushes and blends the colors together, using no water, just the crayons themselves. And oh my gosh, it is stunning. I would love to also try that. So pretty. So yeah, another thing on my bucket list, but also to use Neocolor 2 as a watercolor medium. Another one is my Zig Real Brush, what are they called? Clean Color Real Brush Pens. That's it. I don't know why they had to give it such a long, complicated name. Okay, let's go down here, do the number 8, which is the brown. It's a darker brown. 94. So yeah, a lot of things on my to-do list. I have written out a to-do list of things I want to get accomplished. And then I have another to-do list of videos that I want to someday get recorded. Kind of been sitting in the back of my brain for a long time. Some of them since last year. Just can't seem to get around to them. The reason why I am making out these lists is, and I'm so excited. This is gonna sound really bad. But maybe for those of you who have babysit, you'll understand. I love my grandkids to death. I do. They are adorable. But there are times when babysitting full-time, every day for like 10 hours a day, gets to be, yeah, it's hard. It's tiring. I'm old. You know, when you're younger, you do it. You have more stamina. You have more patience. Now it's just harder. So in 2 weeks, Levi is going to be starting to go to daycare on the days that Maddie goes, which is Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. So I am only going to have the 2 of them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Oh my gosh. Just because I'm going to be able to, yeah, finally maybe start working on some of these projects. Both for videos and just stuff I want to get done. Both coloring related and just, you know, things around the house, especially with summer coming. Maybe. Maybe if Mother Nature decides she's going to let us have one of those things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to get to see them. You know, so it's not like I'm not going to see them grow up anymore, because that would be sad. But just, you know, getting a break here and there is going to, I think, make me appreciate them more when they are here. I don't know. Like I said, I hope that doesn't sound bad. I mean, I am grandma after all. And then Connor, my other grandson, who is here every day, but he's 10. He's not a problem. He's just a jabberjaws and quite loud. But he's done with school this week. And so for the summer, he is going to be staying home with his older brother. So, starting next week already, I will not have Connor either. So, my goodness, I'm going to have a few days to myself every week. I love being home alone. Just completely alone. Me, the dog, and the cats. It's heavenly. I can just do what I want. You know, not that I can't when Bob is here. You know, he doesn't care what I do. But it's just something about being home all by yourself. I have no idea if that makes sense to anybody. But yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. And that's going to be right after Maddie's 5th birthday. I cannot believe that girl's turning 5. And then the end of July, Levi turns 2 already. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. I thought my own kids grew up fast, but holy guacamole. Grandkids grew up even faster. I think that's because, you know, we're older, and they always say, you know, the older you get, the faster time goes by. And boy, if that ain't the truth, right? I mean, we're halfway through the year already, almost. I mean, yeah, we got a month to go, but still. Halfway to Christmas? Say what? No, please. Say that is not so. I mean, I love Christmas time, but it's just such a busy time of the year. Can get to be an expensive time of the year. Although I've really cut down on presents for my kids. They used to each get like 5-6 gifts. And I spent quite a bit on each one. And then their significant other also. And now they get 2. Because grandkids too would all get like, you know, 5-6 gifts. Spent a little bit less on them, but still. But no, everybody now gets 2 gifts. The, you know, gifts are a little bit bigger of an item, but not real big. I kind of set a limit, ask them for ideas, which for the guys, practically impossible. You're lucky you get 1 or 2 ideas. Women, yeah, we can give you a list a mile long. Although I have a hard time coming up with stuff sometimes. I don't know. Guess I gotta start thinking about it now, because, yeah, when they ask me for Christmases, I'm like, oh crap, I don't know what to put on it. Don't need much. Don't wear jewelry anymore, other than what I have on. I don't. Oh yeah, how do you like my new Medic Alert bracelet? Oh, I just love it. So hopefully it doesn't make as much noise as what that plain Jane silver chain. Hey, that rhymed. It did. But yeah, this is a rose gold heart chain, and then the tag itself. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. And my engraving, but yeah. I just love it. So I bought a couple of them. These are from Lauren's Hope. They are quite pricey, but they last you forever. That chain that I had on, and I had a couple other ones, I had that on for years without ever taking it off. Well, I did have it off for some. Oh, when I had my surgery, I couldn't wear it. But yeah, they do not break. They are practically indestructible. I'm sure there's something that could ruin them, but oh, we got some more 8s. But yeah, I love this one. It's so much more dainty looking, and I love rose gold anyhow. And then the other one that I got, oh, it's so neat. It's, remember the mood rings from way back? I remember as a kid I had a mood ring, and yeah, it's not your moods, although I suppose maybe in a way it is, but it changes color according to your body temperature. So when you're warm, it's these beautiful blues and teals, and I mean, just gorgeous deep purples. So pretty. But when you're cold, it's kind of it's like browns and some, muted like yellows and darker browns. Yeah. So good thing summer's coming up. And I got a really neat another tag for that, because I figure these tags cost quite a bit too, but I figure they can be interchangeable if I ever get any more of the bracelets. So I wanted 2 different colors, so I'll have to wear that one sometime and show it to you. Oh, and I have gotten many questions about my nails. It's like every week I think I get a comment. I love your nails. Where do you get them from? These are from Lily and Fox. Matter of fact, I've had these on for 2 weeks now, and I normally never wear them for 2 weeks. You may have noticed these in my recordings from last weekend. But yeah, Lily and Fox, they're on the internet. They're only $2.99 a set. They're the cheapest ones. They fit my nails perfectly, and free shipping. Can't beat that. So many pretty ones. And then to make them last longer, or make sure they stick on good, I do put a clear coat of Sally Hansen, and it's quick dry, that I get off of Amazon. And I just put just a quick layer of that over the top. And yeah, this I think is my favorite so far. This beautiful ombre glittery rainbow. Yeah, love them. So yeah, thought I'd let you know, seeing as how people have been asking. I love your nails. What are they? Where do you get them from? So yeah, just look up Lily, and it's the ampersand Fox, Fox. Lily is Lily. And yeah, if you Google search that, you'll find them. If for some strange reason you can't, let me know and I'll give you the link. But yeah, you should have no problem if you are interested in, if you wear nail wraps already. No, these are not as high quality as the Color Street. I know Color Street is the most popular nail wrap out there, and they are quite pricey, and for good reason. They are of very high quality, and I did try them. I tried them a number of times, and they just didn't fit my nails right, because my nails are quite small and narrow. And yeah, and I know you can cut those down, you can make them narrower and get them to fit your nails, but it was just so much cuts and around, and I couldn't get them to look right. And like I said, for the cost of them and stuff, no, it was just too much. So I went looking elsewhere. Lily & Fox was one of the first. Don't want to say cheap. We never say cheap, right? When we talk about our coloring supplies. My first budget-friendly nail wraps that I found. And so I tried them and never looked back. Just love them. Like I said, they fit my nails perfectly. You get quite a number of different sizes to pick from for your nails. So there should be something to fit everybody. I mean, Color Street too, but I could not find anything to fit right. And now, because I have worn their nails so many times, the Lily & Fox, I know exactly which ones go on which finger. The very first one goes on my pinky, the third one goes on here, the fifth one goes on here, the fourth one goes on here, and for some reason, this thumbnail is the second to biggest, but this thumbnail is the biggest. And you can see it is bigger, and I don't know why. The tip of this one is coming off. But yeah, it's bigger. So yeah, I have to use 2 different sizes for my thumbs. Go figure. Weird. So, okay, enough about the nails. Okay, I think we'll finish this. Actually, that orangey brown for the lighter brown looks kind of good on here against the darker brown. I like that. All right. Let's do the 10s in here, and that is red. That's 14. 14, 14, 14. All right, quit hiding. 14, there you are. Didn't want to be colored with, I don't know. Looks like there's just some fill-ins here with the 10s. Oh, here's some more 6s down here. I'm sorry for using my middle finger all the time. It's just, I always hold the cap like this in my index finger, so when I point at something, I always use my middle finger. It's not aimed at anybody. Geez, I do have my head in the way all the time. Sorry. I thought with having it zoomed in enough, I wouldn't do that. I gotta pull the book down by me more, I guess. I did make myself, finally, an eye doctor's appointment. Because, yeah, I'm really starting to have a problem. I don't know if the cataracts are getting worse and my vision's getting more cloudy, but big time problems with my left eye, and mainly with what's supposed to be, I guess, this big white colored floater in my eye. I have tons and tons of floaters in my eyes. But they're the black ones, you know, just a little squiggly black. And that's all in the fluid in your eyeball. You know, it's proteins and stuff that break loose, and some people have a lot of them and other people don't. Just one of those things. And yeah, I've always had a lot of them. But this thing is humongo. It is white and not black like all my other floaters. And when I was in for an eye checkup, I think 3 years ago, they said, yeah, it's a floater, and not a whole lot they can do about it unless I wanted to go the route of looking at removing the floaters, but that really that involves removing all the vitreous fluid inside your eyeball and replacing it with kind of like a saline solution, and then your eye actually kind of starts making it back into its original vitreous fluid, if that makes any sense. And I'm like, yeah, let's not look at that right now. We'll just play it by ear. 11 is magenta. I had that out already. 88. So, yeah, but it is getting so bad. There are times I can't see out of that eye. Especially like when I'm doing diamond painting and I'm looking up at the canvas, down at my drill tray. Up, down, up, down, up, down, constantly. And so that little floater is constantly moving in front of my vision because it is so big. Even when I'm coloring here, you know, it goes in front of my vision. So there are times I only have vision out of one eye. It's getting that bad. So I may end up looking at having that surgery. I don't know. The only problem is I bet it won't be covered by insurance. It's not going to be deemed medically necessary. I'm sure it's going to go according to whatever coding they put in, because that's what the insurance companies look at. And I don't know. I guess I'll see. I couldn't get in on a Saturday until, when is it now? I think the end of June. Sometime. I got it written down somewhere. So, yeah. But, yeah, plus the fact I need new prescription readers. I have just been wearing, drugstore readers now, dollar store readers, ever since Levi completely demolished my prescription reading glasses when he was a baby. So, like a good 1.5 years ago. Yeah, twist them all up. So, yeah. Been meaning to get back into the eye doctor. You know how that goes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I don't know. I think I'm about talked out. So, I think we'll color these couple purples and maybe these 6s. What are the 9s? Pink. Maybe we'll color them. Then I will finish this off camera. Finish my other videos and try to get one uploaded yet tonight. Gonna do my darndest because now I haven't gotten one up since Sunday. I was just lucky enough to have had a few left over from the recordings of the weekend before. Otherwise, I wouldn't even had any for Saturday and Sunday for you guys. They were only just flip-through videos, but at least it was something. Oh, my camera's falling. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow, why is that happening? All of a sudden I felt something on my head. I'm like, oh, wow. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to pause, guys. Just a minute. Well, I'm back, but I don't know why this started happening. Oh my God. I have it jury-rigged right now. I have a bunch of markers, boxes of markers, stacked up and holding up and bracing up the arm that comes out for my recording, and it holds my phone above my desk. I don't know. I cannot tighten it anymore. I haven't had a problem with it in months. All of a sudden, I don't know if it's because of the high humidity, but this is what I had to do. These boxes are in my way. I cannot see my iPad now to see if I'm going to be on frame or not. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, what next? What next? I think I'm just going to color this 3 then, and we're going to call it good. Hopefully I'll be able to get through the flip through videos and stuff before the whole thing falls apart. Number 3 is light purple. And the only light purple I could find really has a pinkish tinge to it. Is there a number 4 in here? There. Oh, there's a little bit here. I'm going to show you number 4 first, because then next to number 4, the light purple looks a little bit more light purple. So number 9, this is light pink. Now, am I in frame? Peek around the boxes. Okay. This is pathetic. Good heavens. Okay. So yeah, this is the light pink. Like I said, selections weren't the greatest for these pale colors, but it is what it is. It is quite different, or different enough from this color, so I guess that's all that really matters. So yeah, we'll do this. Because that is such a large area, I may try the chisel tip. We'll do this 4 up here. Let me bend my book so I can bring it over. Now watch. I'll knock down the stack of markers I got here. Because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes here. All stacked up. So I'm going to have Bob look at this and help me see if I could put maybe some tape around that ball joint, and then maybe it won't slowly fall down anymore, because I cannot tighten up that joint any farther than what it is. Okay, so now let's get out that pale purple, which is 146. And you'll kind of see what I mean. Okay, so let's try this chisel tip. Now, it's going to get lighter than this. And it definitely has a very pinky undertone. But again, next to the light pink, it does look more purple. If I didn't have that light pink in there, I think this would look more pink than purple. Right now it looks pretty purple, but going to go back to this side because it's drying and we don't want lines. Not that I don't already have them in this picture. And again, that's the key to not getting lines with your alcohol markers. If you're new to alcohol markers, you want to keep this edge wet. And that prevents your lines. Again, not that big of a deal. We're not making gorgeous art, but we do like our pictures to look as good as we can. Now, some people it doesn't bother at all, which is great. I actually wish it didn't bother me. Just like the water-based markers, I wish having the lines in water-based markers didn't bother me, but it kind of does. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it in double-sided books, right? You gotta use water-based, like the Disney books, right? You must. All right. Nope, I gotta do that 14 or it's gonna bug me. It's going to bug me. So at least we'll have the majority of the bed itself done. Well, the lower part, not the upper part. There's a lot to this bed. It's a big bed. She's a lucky girl to have a bed like this. There. That's better. That's better. Well, my jerry rigging did not fall down. I'm actually using a bunch of, well, no, just one product that I have to do a swatching video on yet, but we'll see when we get to that. So, okay, I'm going to zoom back out if I can reach around here and get it without knocking everything over. All right, so yeah, you can kind of see some of my jerry rigging here. So here we go. This is as far as we got with our cute picture and Dollhouse Color by Number by Sachin Sachdeva. Again, I will link this adorable book down in the description below, as well as these Taotree markers. Let me put this back over here. I'm going to leave this book out so I can finish this. You will see this at the end of the month in my completed pages video. And if I remember, I'll post it on Instagram. I am still awful about posting on Instagram. I'm going to do my darndest to remember this time, okay? Okay. So, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this color in chat, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new to my channel. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys. See if I can hit stop.